I will just ping you.
Okay.
All right. Henrik, where are you located right now?
I'm still in Dubai.
Hmm.
I'm here until the 28th, so another 11 days. Okay. Hello, my name is Henrik Rasmussen of TDeFi. I am the head of investments, and we have for today's AMA the pleasure of welcoming Donnie Kim from BTC Proxy, one of our first incubated projects in our accelerator, and Mr. Kim has agreed to join us today to give us an introduction to BTC Proxy, what the company is, and please feel free to post questions in the chat, and we will see if we can get them to Mr. Kim as soon as possible. But Don, tell us what is BTC Proxy, and what inspired you to make this product, and what is the origin?
Henrik, thank you for the introduction. I appreciate you guys inviting me here for the AMA. I'm Donnie from BTC Proxy, and I'm the founder. I just want BTC Proxy. It's what it is, and I'll just make it very quick sort of introduction. It's an institutional Bitcoin DeFi bridge that allows users to stake their Bitcoin into an insured custodian, and for it to mint an ERC20 or an MRC20 equivalent token. So it is a Bitcoin wrapper. It is built on Matic. It's a layer 2 solution, and we are able to do something unique, which is allow for gasless minting, and it has proxy token governance. So the second part of your question, you asked what inspired us to build this product?
Yeah. What was what started this venture?
So back in 2017, we were experimenting with exchange traded products and blockchain, and this is the culmination of it. And if you look at BTC Proxy or other stablecoin structures, they are essentially structured very similar to exchange traded products in the marketplace. And so we apply the principles of exchange traded products into a Bitcoin stablecoin, which something that institutions could potentially participate in.
Sounds like you have a background in finance. What is your personal background? Where do you come from?
To tell you the truth, it comes from somewhere very far from institutional finance and blockchain. I'm actually a medical professional. That was like 20 years ago, but I've long since left that, and I've been developing systems ever since, and working in like auction systems. Yeah.
So there is a financial background after all. How is BTC Proxy going to help institutional and retail Bitcoin investors?
So the way that it helps retail and institutional investors is that it provides what we believe is the easiest, cheapest, and safest method for which Bitcoin holders can get into DeFi. If you look at the marketplace or the market cap of the crypto universe, 40 to 60% of it is held in Bitcoin, and a lot of those players still have not, they're investing in the spot market, futures market, but they haven't really moved into DeFi. And I believe that 1% of Bitcoin's value is on DeFi, and so the job or the purpose of BTC Proxy is to help mobilize the value in Bitcoin over the DeFi, and that's our focus.
Very cool. Who's backing the product and the project? Can you share some of the information about who's typically supporting or backing this project?
Yeah, we have over 14 different funds and 20 different influencers that are invested in our project. The main investor being Alphabet Digital Currency Group, Launch Pool, TDeFi, obviously, and O1EX. One of our strategic investors was Matic Network themselves, which put a small investment in. And then we have the likes of many different other funds, such as A195, which is our lead liquidity provider, Protocol Ventures, Masters Ventures, Economy, Alpha Sigma Capital, FBG Capital, and the list goes on. And
right.
Yeah.
And what is your future strategy of investment within for the company?
Future investments or future development?
Yeah, future development of the company. I'm guessing at some point you're going to need more capital to move this forward.
Yeah, so I think things will get a lot easier once we're able to launch the token live and you're able to sort of increase the value of that diluted market cap of the token's value. You're able to leverage sort of relationships that you have right now with the existing investors, and if we needed to raise funds in the future, it's possible to do that. I guess it's all about relationships, and getting those relationships in the beginning is hard, but once you have them, I think it becomes a lot easier.
And what is the process to mint or redeem BTC Proxy?
Minting is a very easy three-step process. Minting involves the user sending their Bitcoin directly to the custodian. And so the custodian that we're working with currently is Hex Trust out of Hong Kong, Singapore. And once your deposit is detected at the custodian's wallet, when it lands there, it becomes insured. It's a regulated entity. The protocol will mint you your choice of an ERC20 or MRC20 token, and it's sent directly to your wallet in a gasless transaction. And redemption is basically the opposite. Right. You select the token that you want to burn. You burn it, and then once the burn is confirmed, the Bitcoin from the custodian is sent out of the hot wallet into the user's wallet. So it's a very easy exchange, basically.
Yeah, and you mentioned gasless. Can you tell us a little bit about how BTC Proxy is different to other wrapped Bitcoins? Yeah,
so gasless transactions was something that we were able to sort of configure because the system is built on Matic, on a layer 2. And by having all the heavy processing done on the Matic chain, it is so cheap, it's almost free. But it's only when you mint the token on ERC20 is that a small bridge fee is charged. But because it's not processed on Ethereum and it's processed on Matic,
Oh, we may have lost you for a bit there.
Yeah, you got me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a little bit. Maybe you can go a little bit back and talk about how the wrapping process works.
Yeah, so the two main competitors in the space, and these guys have done a great job, is RenBTC and WBTC. So compared to other solutions, RenBTC, it's a solution that does a great job of wrapping to many different types of tokens, but we don't see a lot of institutional usage of this protocol, and it's simply because of the way that the Bitcoin is held in their custody. They don't use a insured or regulated third-party custodian, which kind of disqualifies a lot of big players from using this protocol.
Mm-hmm.
WBTC is the other main wrapping solution. They've done a great job of bringing about $10 billion worth of Bitcoin to DeFi, but it acts like a closed-end fund where only certain entities or merchants that they call are able to create and redeem with the protocol.
Right.
And this is done in conjunction with the custodian, and I think that's a manual process. But the main difference is that they don't have an interface, and the holders of WBTC, if you hold that token, you don't have the rights to redeem it for BTC. That's one of the main differences.
Cool. Speaking of regulated and insured, are you where is your how does that work overall?
We've integrated a third-party custodian into our protocol. So our protocol doesn't handle or touch your Bitcoin. It just goes straight in and out of the custody wallet, somewhat like a fund management solution does. Mm-hmm. And by integrating with the custodian, we're able to leverage their insurance and their license and entity in order to protect the Bitcoin that's being held there.
Mm-hmm. So what is the status of BTC Proxy? Where are you now? What is the next step in development and your product? How far along are you? What are your future milestones?
Currently, we are building. We finished the testnet product for the wrapping solution, and now we're just moving it over to the mainnet. Mainnet is for developers, it's a lot different. It's a lot more serious. So we're taking our time to move over there. The next stage would be to, and we already have some of it built, which is to build the staking marketplaces for the BTCpx tokens. We call it PRXY. And in the staking marketplace, you can stake both the ERC20 and the MRC20 versions into hopefully like a multitude of different staking products. And mm-hmm. That'll drive Bitcoin holders over the bridge and onto the marketplace to earn their yield.
Very, very cool. So you mentioned a couple of your competitors. If other developers wanted to get into this space, what kind of products do you see that could be a necessity, that could be complementary to you or help the marketplace in a similar form?
For other other entrepreneurs, I think that because I guess my message is to build something that has real use case and brings value to the users that are using it by either making it faster, making it cheaper. And one of the biggest pain points in the marketplace right now, because everything seems to be built on ETH, is the other chains are thriving because it's cheaper. And so mm-hmm. solving problems with Ethereum gas fees seems to be a big pain point in the DeFi marketplace. There's so much value locked in these DeFi marketplaces on Ethereum. It's hard to just move it off there And if Ethereum can come up with a solution that just makes it much cheaper, that would help definitely.
It doesn't really seem to be going that way, unfortunately. I think most people that dabble can recognize that. So I agree with that completely. So why did you choose Matic as your scaling solution? Were there other things that you considered, and what especially about Matic made that be your choice?
Yeah, so in 2017, 18, we were building our products and we were experimenting with it. And at that time, Henrik, we actually hired a developer, and that developer helped us build an exchange traded system. Obviously, it was on Ether. And I guess at that time, he saw an issue with these gas fees, even though it was cheap. And that developer, after he left our company, he actually went on to form Matic. So Sandeep, the founder, he used to actually develop for us before he went up to go form his company. And we've been sort of following him and his development journey ever since. And we've been kind of partial to that chain because of our previous involvement with them.
Mm-hmm. So they do the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if we have any other questions coming in. Let's see what our team says. I've got a question here. How is the governance of the platform? How does that work?
Yeah, so BTC Proxy's governance token is called PRXY, PRXY. I believe that the governance token will have voting rights associated with it. I believe it's an off-chain solution called Snapshot, and that token is used as the voting mechanism, and will also be used as incentive to drive the usage of the underlying protocol by rewarding users with it. One of the key features I wanted to actually mention for the governance token is that our protocol, BTC Proxy, it's the fees for minting and redeeming are actually paid in Bitcoin. And those fees we are offering to share with the token holders. Right. And you're able to mine those fees. And one of the key features is the ability to farm Bitcoin by staking the governance token. So instead of farming a lot of different types of altcoins, we're able to help users farm actual Bitcoin through the use of the governance token.
Very cool. So it goes back. Excellent. I don't have much more on my list here again, so might be another question coming here. Give me 1 second. Nope, doesn't seem to be many more any more questions coming from the outside right now. Hang on, might be a final question here. Oh, if you, I'm being asked if you can explain a little bit more about the token model and how that works. You spoke about the mining and paying back in Bitcoin. Maybe you can explain that a little further.
Yeah, so essentially, Proxy token is the utility token that's going to be used to stake in order to mine the Bitcoin that the protocol has earned in the fees for minting and redeeming the stablecoin. And it's also going to be used to incentivize stakers of other LP tokens that will be staked in like Uniswap or SushiSwap or other DEXs. And so it's all about yield farming. And that's I guess the biggest utility of the governance aside from the voting.
Understood. Well, again, thank you so much for your time. I think that brings us to the end of the questions that we have for you. Oh yeah, go on.
I just have one thing I want to say, and that's to all the other entrepreneurs out there who are likely building something for in the blockchain space. We started back in 2017, and so it's been a long journey, and it doesn't always work out or take the path that you expect it to take. Right. So you're going to meet some really great people. You're going to meet some really not so great people. You know, be able to discern who those people are and be able to communicate your value to and your use case to the community. And if you're able to do that and you're able to build, you know, just keep on building. And I think you can eventually get there.
Yeah, we see that often in our projects that it starts out with one direction, and as the project and the company develops, the end product that actually gets launched can be a small part of what originally was the whole idea, and then that actually turns into being that unicorn or business model that actually has application in the real world. So we see that a lot from TDeFi in our projects, that development takes different directions at times, and we shouldn't be afraid of that. We should embrace it. So I agree completely with that.
Yeah, pivoting is being able to pivot and adapt to the marketplace is an essential feature. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. I see from the back office that there are no more questions. So let me finish off by thanking Mr. Kim, Donnie Kim, for taking time to come to this AMA. If there are questions for us or for BTC Proxy, please feel free to reach out, and we will engage however it's needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Henrik. Thank you, TDeFi. Bye-bye.